You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Dean.
From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AFTERBUZZ TV's Eat, Drink, Love After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Eat, Drink, Love After Show.
This is just going to be our after show tonight, so just get used to it. And while you're being a treasure, Bing is for doing. And welcome to the AFTERBUZZ TV After Show for Eat, Drink, Love, the Bravo original series. This is Season 1, Episode 6, Palate Cleanser. And I'm your palate cleanser, Jake Dupree, along with my other palate cleansers.
Cassidy Guard and Fahnia Thomas.
Yeah. So let's just get right into this episode. I'm actually really into this show now. Like, I felt it took a minute for it to really take off, but I'm feeling like it's about to get like real.
The drama is marinating.
It's
It's
simmering,
happening.
if you will. Yes, it is ready to explode, and I'm ready for that pressure cooker or the crock pot, because that's the kind of cook I am.
Put a lid on it.
Exactly. All right, so we start off with, of course, there's the dramatic moment where Jess is dealing with the white trash comment, and I just want to know what is your opinion on this, because I know I'm sure y'all talked about it last week while I was not away, and do you think she's overreacting?
Yes, I'm from the South. It's just own it, whatever. Okay,
But
white trash,
But
Southern,
I understand
whatever.
where she's coming from, though, because I'm from, like, a white trash town. Like, for real, for real.
So am I.
Like,
yeah.
yes.
Okay, so I'm
Ocala.
sorry, black girl question. What is white trash? Please define. Because
I mean,
if
it's
you
like
guys,
the stereotypical term for, like, hillbilly, like, redneck,
It's
like
like,
that kind of thing.
I would way rather eat onion dip than hummus any day. Any day of the week.
Really?
It's
See,
way more
hummus,
delicious.
I live for hummus.
But do you recall when she was saying that her mom was a stay-at-home mom? So does that classify as white trash?
No. I think it's just like a economic stand, like where you are economically, I guess.
I think
I
it's
don't know.
people that enjoy the Southern aspects of life. You like onion dip, Coors Light.
Butter, yeah, like
You
everything,
like going
salt, yeah.
Yeah.
So there's levels to being white trash, is what
Yeah,
you're telling
there's
me.
different levels.
Okay, so there
Yeah.
is a level of being white trash, and your parents your mom stays at home because your dad makes enough
I
money.
don't think it's necessarily related to stay-at-home mom category, but in the South, I think, it's probably a little more traditional where the mom is there. You don't have
Yeah.
nannies. It's not like the mom's working all the time.
Yeah.
Then that
so,
can't be white trash. When I think white trash, from what you guys I'm thinking trailer park.
Britney Spears, Louisiana. And
yeah, just a little bit tacky. Just a little tacky. Like the class level is just not
Okay, so
there.
you could have money but no class.
Exactly.
All right.
Yeah, but she
because
seems,
money can buy
Buy
you
a class.
Yes,
Bravo.
but she seems really ashamed of being from there or white trash. It's kind of
Yeah.
like, just own it and
I mean-
have a success story that you moved on and built something
And
for yourself.
I like that whenever she was here, she said something, because I said, "Where did you always want to get out of there and aspire to be something more?" And she was like, no, I don't like the way that's worded, because I do like the people that are there and they're all living their lives, but I just don't personally want to live there. And I was like, that's cool. I mean, I understand where she's coming from, and she said, I've been working my whole life to not be white trash. So I think it's just an insecurity thing, like being from a certain place and realizing that it's not exactly what you want in life. So I don't know.
I'm just glad we finalized Dipagate and it's been put to rest and there will be no more trials and
But
tribulations about
Waylynn
it.
is so hysterical where she's just basically breaks it down and is like, I cannot believe I'm having this conversation over dip.
Yeah, over a dip.
Over dip.
And like, if you're gonna argue with anyone, just don't argue with Waylynn. I feel like she's always gonna win because she's just so level-headed.
Well, she
She's
just
like,
keeps
I
it
don't-
real.
Yeah.
You know, it's just, this is what it is. You're getting mad at me for calling the dip white trash. I wasn't calling you white trash. She
Real
breaks
white
it down.
trash would be dip itself. The dip baseball players put in their
Oh,
mouth.
yeah, that's
that's
white
the real
trash.
white
That's
trash.
white
If we're going
trash.
to talk white trash.
Yeah. So I don't think a hummus dip necessarily qualifies as white trash for me. I don't know, but that's just what I'm saying. So we see all the girls cooking, and Jess feels like the odd man out. She is just kind of all over the place in this episode. Just
Who
like,
can blame her? She's
Yeah.
having a meltdown. I think anyone would if you get fired on national television.
yeah. But, I mean, it's also like, it was just like, it just happened. So maybe she just needs like a moment to just relax. I don't know if going away with like this group of drama women, you know, is probably not the best thing for her.
I don't think anyone would say the best thing is that your job should be your identity. So if anything,
Yeah,
she's going to
exactly.
learn something from this, and she's going to discover who she is, because you got to be knocked down a whole lot of times before you build yourself back up. And she's been going and going and going.
And it's hard for her to like step outside of herself because she's already accomplished so much for a 25-year-old. Like, that's amazing that she's come this far and worked for him. And with his name, she can work anywhere, I think.
Exactly.
So
I'm
she's
just
fine.
glad
She'll be
in her
fine.
moment that she threw away her girl crush card of Waylynn, because I swooped it up and picked it up. I love Waylynn.
Me too. I
like
like
it.
Waylon all the way.
She's a natural
Little-
beauty, and I love her.
Yeah, and what do you think about Jess saying that Waylon has such disregard for everyone's feelings?
I think that was an emotional statement. I don't
Yeah.
think she really meant it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And in the light of the morning, she seems to come to her realizations that she was acting like a crazy person.
Exactly.
She
Exactly.
apologizes. So
But I will say that Lindsay did compliment Brenda's fritters. She did compliment them. She was like, "These are really good, Brenda." And Brenda was like, "Oh, thank you." I like that. I like that they're not getting along because it's fun to watch. I think that they're both maybe alike. Do you think that maybe that's why they don't get along at all?
Maybe.
I don't know. I'm just trying to like decide why they don't like each other. I mean, I know it's because of the job thing, but
Right.
there's an underlying issue.
There is something going on there, and I want to know why Lindsay doesn't believe Brenda. She just said, "I don't believe you," but she didn't say why I don't believe you.
Yeah.
Like, and I think that was really admirable of Brenda to be like, "Hey, I'm sorry," and then for her to be like, "Well, I don't believe you."
Yeah.
That was odd.
It's just weird. I don't get it. But I do see both of their standpoints, and I agree with Brenda for defending her job because that's her money. And like
Yeah.
you
at
don't
the same time, she's a big girl. She can say to her boss, "You know what? I stepped out a little bit early. Perhaps it wasn't directly related to work, but at the same time, I was networking for more clients for our company. In the long run, big picture, it was a good event for me to attend."
What kind of boss you got?
Yeah.
I wish I could go to
I
my
wish
boss
I
and
could
be
say
Sometimes
that.
like,
honesty is the best policy.
you-
She's just lying and
You
like
can't
being
read your
sketchy.
boss, though. Like, you can't go up to your boss and say, "Look, this is what it is." If you need your job. If you don't need your job, read your
Say
boss
it.
all day long.
Yeah.
But if you need your job, then you can't really go to them and be like, "No, look, here, let me tell you how it happened."
Yeah, exactly. But I understand what you're saying. She maybe should have just been like, "Yes, that was the situation. I'm sorry."
Like, don't
But-
freak out that somebody happened to possibly mention.
But
you
I would
were
be
in a
pissed
place.
too if someone
But
was
it seems like it's a repeat offense that, from what Brenda is saying, is that
Mhm.
Lindsay keeps
trying to
going
sabotage
back
her.
and forth to the boss saying,
Well, she's super tight with
her
the boss. I
business.
talk with my best friend, someone's boss. We talk all day long. I'm gonna tell her all details. Friends talk all the time. It might not necessarily be her sabotaging. She said it's one of her closest friends, but
Yeah.
then at the same time, she says she hasn't talked to her in 3 months.
months.
So that was a little weird. Now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah. Something in that story doesn't add up. I don't quite think.
"Don't make
But
that."
I think Miss Lindsay will be on with us maybe next week, so you should tune in then. Boop. I'll just give you that. All right, so we see Brenda and Kat. They're back from Santa. what-
Inez?
Inez. Inez. I always want to say it weird. I don't know why.
Spelled weird. White and easy.
Yeah, but it's beautiful. And we see Brenda and Kat. They decide to go on a juice cleanse at Press Juicery, and this is a huge thing in LA. If you are unfamiliar with a juicing, it's basically a gateway drug to anorexia. That's how I feel about it. But-
Manorexia.
Manorexia, tanorexia, whatever you want to do. You can find it with Press Juicery probably. So there's your plug. And Brenda is super resistant to a cleanse because
She can't
Wants
drink
her liquor.
alcohol.
I mean, I am so against cleanses. I think that they are really just not good for you. So I'm like, go Brenda, like stand up against this. I love it. And Kat, I can't believe she planned this big dinner in the midst of a cleanse. I was like, are they trying to come up with a
Right.
storyline? Are they trying to have like some interesting thing happen? It's just weird. Like, why?
So we talked about this last week, but let me share my story with you since I know you're a fan of Hook. So I've been on the lemon cayenne cleanse, done it, successful, whatever. Ate like 2 cows 2 weeks afterwards. So it's good for a purpose. I get it. So one night on the cleanse, my mom's making popcorn and I'm smelling it and I'm starving. It's like day, I don't know, whatever. and I'm laying in bed, and all of a sudden I feel like I'm in the movie Hook when Peter Pan is
Oh
sitting
my
at the table
God.
with the Lost Boys, and they're like, just pretend, Peter, pretend. So I'm sitting there and pretending like I'm eating popcorn. I'm moving my mouth, I'm chewing, and I'm just like,
You're
oh, it tastes so good.
You went crazy for a minute.
Yeah, I went cuckoo.
Yeah,
Go
cuckoo.
bed. Yeah,
I like
thanks to
that.
the cleanse.
Oh my God. Well, I mean, then we see, we'll get to the dinner in a minute, but let me get this first. We see Jessica still being really upset about her job, and she goes to a bar and talks to a bartender with a very convenient front light in front of her face when no one else on the bar has front light on their face. Very interesting. It was just, I feel like it was a really produced moment
It's a
for
really
me.
staged moment that it's like daylight.
Yeah.
She goes to her closet. She gets dressed up to go by herself.
I didn't know where they were going with. I was like, are they trying to propose that she's like an alcoholic or something? Like, because
Or she's in her misery pity party.
I was just like, this is weird that she's. I don't know. I feel like it. I don't know. It's
I
just
kind
weird.
of liked it. So when you're depressed, usually you stay home, you eat popcorn, you're in the covers under the bed. I like that she got dressed, went out like the
Looked
rest of
cute.
us,
Yeah,
and
she looked
drank
cute.
some liquor and poured her sorrows in the alcohol. I
Well-
like that she took her depression outside of the house.
That
I mean, that's good.
bartender was not a very good sounding board. I was cracking up with him. He was just like
"No, I
not
can't."
having any of it.
He was like,
at
I don't
all.
care about the tip. Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta
No.
go over here and help these people. And he just leaves her sitting by herself.
Yeah. But Jessica, you'll be fine. You're so cute, and like, the experience is awesome for you. So let's go.
Why doesn't she call that guy she was dating in the other episode? Go out with him.
Mm.
Or call Kat.
Yeah, the
Kat
best
seems
way
have
to get
flexible
over
hours.
something is to get under something.
Ooh, I like that.
Oh.
That was in the Bible, right?
Mm-hmm.
Psalms, verse 29, chapter 4.
Nice.
What?
I
All right.
can't. I can't. You're not quoting scripture.
I am. And that's really good Jesus quote. So then we see Kat meeting up with Waylynn at Dr. J's, which is another like juicing, organic, vegan free, all that stuff that's very LA. And Kat invites Waylynn to smoke this dinner, and Waylynn is confused about Jess attacking her. They address that for a minute, but then they get into the real issue for this scene, which was Kat bringing up Brenda's "you sleep with people you write about," that whole comment. And she was asking, I like that she went to Waylynn, because Waylynn is the voice of reason. She is the, like, give it to you straight, no sugarcoat, rainbows, butterflies.
Right.
She's just like, this is what it is. And I like that she was really honest with her. And she was like, you do have that reputation. What did you think about her?
Well, it was a personal level. It wasn't just kind
Yeah.
of like hypothetical chefs you may flirt with. I mean, she really brought it back to her ex-boyfriend at that point, was under Kat's flirtatious
Uh-huh.
pursual.
Yeah.
However, what did you think?
I agree with Waylynn. If flirting is your tactic, own it. Don't ask for advice. Who gives a crap about what anyone else says? Use
And-
your tactic if it works, and that's it.
And Kat got really defensive, too. She was like, well, I don't care. Everyone can go F off, basically.
So basically, I thought Waylynn had a moment of vulnerability and said, really hurt me and kind of pissed me off that you would
Yeah.
do this. And the response from Kat was, I took eater views from 300,000 to 2 million. I'm like, that's not even
That's not a
talking
part of
about
the-
what we're addressing right now. She's just kind of throwing numbers around. I mean, what does that have to do with... I mean, I'm a very territorial girlfriend. You cannot flirt with my boyfriend. And
Yeah.
I am not into that. So if some girl were to do that, I would not be very... very happy.
But
and
can I
would,
just say that they both looked really beautiful in that
Gorgeous.
scene? Like,
So
natural
gorgeous.
beauty.
because they
Love
weren't wearing
them.
any makeup. They looked so natural.
Oh, they had
They
on
had a little
makeup.
makeup.
Please believe. They had on some
Okay.
blush and some concealer
They
and
were,
foundation.
you know what they did not have was all the eye makeup.
Yeah.
That was,
daytime.
yeah, it was really
You don't
nice.
need that.
They kinda
Wow,
just-
they,
Yeah.
they looked beautiful.
Can we talk about Kat's hair color just progressively gets like
I like
No.
the pink that's coming up in it. Have you seen that?
It's kinda
the
like-
pink tips.
orange
So-
too, orange and blonde.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I like Kat. I like
I
her
do too.
ensembles. I think she gives us fashion
She is so
every
cute.
week.
She reminds me of just like she's just cool. Like, I like her outfits. I think, and it's very effortless too. It's super effortlessly cool. And I think Waylynn, she's just like Earth Mother, like amazing. Like, I just picked off this T-shirt from the ground and I look
She's
amazing.
like 6
I'm like,
babies
I
on
love
her
you.
hip.
Yeah.
She just seems like she'd just be so nurturing and awesome.
Yeah.
Love her.
Badass mom with the tattoos. I like it. And then we see Jess, of course, calling her dad to tell him she no longer works for Harry Morton. And, I mean, it's kind of sad to me that she was like, the way that her dad shows love is through business advice. And she was just like, I just need you to just respect my feelings and be like, let me talk for a minute. But
does she not? Is her mom not ever in the show? She's so into her parents and family, and I feel like, not to be really cliche, but usually that's where you go to your mom. You know, like your
like,
mom's the one
cry a
that's
minute.
kind of like lets you cry, and then the dads are just typical like get it together, 30-day plan. So I don't know. I feel for her. Sometimes you don't want the advice, you know, within a day. You want time to feel sorry for yourself sometimes.
Exactly.
Right. And I think she could share that with her dad. Like, hey, Dad, no, like, I don't need business advice right now. I just need a shoulder to cry on. And maybe that did happen afterwards.
Yeah. I mean, maybe we didn't see it all.
Right.
But it just makes me sad for her. Like, I feel like I don't know. I'm glad that she has this group of girlfriends too, because it gives her a sounding board, because I feel like she doesn't have anyone to necessarily talk to. And she said to them before that she doesn't have friends. She works. Like, that's her friend.
And that's her identity, which is why she's having such a hard time. And we've all been there, where it's like when you're a student, or, you know, it's the first day of the new school year and your mom didn't wash your new jeans. Like, oh my God, it's the end of the world.
Everything falls apart.
Exactly.
Yeah. But I don't know. What do you think about that whole identity thing? Like, really putting that on your work, like that, letting that define you?
I think it seems really sad, because at the same time, she doesn't seem like she's prospering in a balanced, healthy way. She seems really manic and stressed and chaotic and frenetic. Like, she stresses me out to watch her, because she's like this all the time, and like, oh my God. And I'm like, take a breath, just breathe.
I think she needs that constant energy, that constant, like, you have to do this, you have to do this, because I think that's how she operates.
But that also, I mean, I feel as if I had to work with that all the time. I mean, the people that she works with, the way she spoke to them might not have been the best working relationship. And when they had like a team meeting and they're like, how's it working? Is the energy good? How's she treating you guys? I remember she talked to the people really poorly on one of the first episodes. I mean, the guys in the kitchen.
But then again, I do understand where she's coming from, though, because she's this small girl, she's young, and she's like, I gotta demand respect. And she does.
And I think in that industry, it's a testament to how far she has gotten at such a young age, because she did make it her life. She breathed it, she ate it, she slept there. Like, so I think it was easy for her to fall into that, this is my identity, which a lot of people do who are successful, because in order to be successful, you kind of have to make it your life.
And it's almost like she burned out, though. Like, the candle was just burnt out in a way. You know, I think this is going to teach her maybe to discover something else, or maybe learn to balance, and hopefully she'll end up happier.
It's an opportunity.
Yeah, but maybe like because she was seeing so much of just work, she couldn't see the real story. Like, there were probably signs that she was like maybe gonna lose her job, and she just didn't realize it because she was so focused on like go, and she didn't step out of it and be like, okay, how am I actually doing?
Right. She needs to get her Oprah on and get centered and find her zen.
So then we go to the dinner at Smoke, and Brenda meets with Lindsay. And Brenda, I was really, really glad that she was like, I owe you an apology for saying those things and getting ridiculous.
Do you guys think that getting the alcohol out of her system and being on this cleanse helped her have some clarity?
No, I think she's pretty straightforward with alcohol or without it. I think she's always just like, I'm going to say exactly how I feel. But she even admits that when she fights dirty, and she'll like cut you low, you know? So it's interesting to hear. I feel like that was a really moment for all of us to kind of see the softer side of her. And I know they've mentioned that several times in the show, like, it's nice to see the softer side of Brenda, because you don't see it often. But I thought this was a really nice moment. And then it went south for a minute for me.
That's what he said.
That is what he said. Yeah, later tonight.
Brenda did put on her big girl panties and handled it, apologized, owned it, and then we're left with...
What did you think about Lindsay wanting to bring it up again?
Awkward. I feel like maybe there's somebody stirring the pot.
Well, I mean, that's what they claimed earlier, too, that Lindsay is a pot stirrer.
I mean, but if she really honestly didn't say that, and it's something that's being manipulated in some way, then it would be something you'd feel as if you wanted to clear up.
Yeah? So are you not on Brenda's side?
With this circumstance, I kind of feel like just get over it, okay? So somebody told your boss that you were at a restaurant and you left work early. Get it, just own it, and be like...
It is her job, though.
Stuff like this with jobs, though, I mean, who doesn't leave work early? I'm sure her boss, you know, when she was younger, starting out, snuck out a little bit early. Everyone does it. Yeah. So just kind of be real about it and don't flip out, because to the boss's perspective, it coming back to the boss that she got screamed at by her friend for telling the boss when she's like, you should have kept it private or had my back. The boss is going to be like, that's kind of a bad image that you're putting around. And also, why are you trying to trick me by having people not tell me things? Like, just be real. I felt like it was
So
really
do you think
fake.
that the show is going to hurt Brenda's career?
Absolutely not. It's in the long run, it's not going to. But as a boss's perspective, if one of my best friends was screamed at by my employee, that would show me that in a public place that her image as an employee and a publicist is unpredictable, and that's really unprofessional.
But also, should the employer let outside influences affect the person? You know, because Lindsay doesn't work for the company, and if Brenda's doing her job, then what? You know, I don't understand.
Last week, Brenda did say that she was losing clients. That
and they were giving different. Yeah, and she was maybe thinking they were going to give her some new clients. So I don't know. It's like that makes me so nervous talking about people's jobs and like bringing that up and kind of almost messing people's livelihood up, because that's her, you know, outside of this show, because this show will end eventually, and Brenda still has to make a living, and that's what she has to do. And I just don't like that if Lindsay is messing with it. I don't like that. I don't like that at all, because I'm like, that's how she makes her money. So
good friends talk. I'd talk to if it was my best friend, I'd tell her.
Exactly.
So
but I don't know if the boss maybe sounds a little catty too, like, oh, I heard you were, you know, out. But she is paying for.
It's kind of what bosses are supposed to do, though.
Yeah.
It's
just like we can't win in this argument. Like, no one wins in this argument.
You know
at
what?
all.
Blame it on the producer. She could just be like, I'm under contract with Bravo. I was kind of forced to be at this scene. I'm really sorry. And in the long run, this publicity will be good for our publicity company. Publicity all the way.
And what do you think about Lindsay saying, I don't believe that my name was brought up at all? Like, why would Brenda make this up?
Right.
Yeah.
Why? I want to know. I was waiting for the end of that sentence. It's like incomplete sentence.
Yeah.
I don't believe
like,
you.
what's the thought?
And she said it twice. So, maybe that was cut. I'm not quite sure, but.
What does she not believe? That her boss would bring up Lindsay, or that Brenda's just bringing up Lindsay just because?
Yeah, I didn't get it.
Yeah, it's strange. It's
Going
very, very
back
strange.
to Waylynn, I'm going to steal her wisdom. If something's not going well with your boss or your job, in case you're losing clients, you want something tangible. I literally am stealing this verbatim from her.
Go.
You want something tangible that you can have and place the blame there, so it's off you. So maybe that's happened twice in this episode.
Yeah, and Brenda did accuse Lindsay. She was like, all the problems from my job are coming from you.
I mean, that's just ridiculous.
And then Lindsay, of course, apologizes for the white, what is it, vanilla and white toast, or like you're like vanilla toast or something.
Oh, do you guys remember that Sex and the City episode with Lucy Liu where Sam, her publicist, gets in trouble because she's acting like a crazy person? I wonder if when Brenda's clients watch this and see the way their publicist behaves in places, it would be kind of embarrassing.
But they also know that it's a show too.
I would be embarrassed if that was my rep, though.
You would?
Absolutely.
If she was getting me work, I wouldn't be embarrassed.
Well,
I'd be like, you can scream at whoever you want to.
She's losing the clients, so she
job,
must not be getting them work. I mean,
we don't know.
We don't know. Maybe she's doing really great right now.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
I wish them the best, but in this episode, I don't think she was doing that great. So she seemed to be great when she came in. So.
Yeah. And then we see all the other girls get to the dinner, and they sit down, and of course there's this whole huge deal about Brenda and Kat refusing to eat, and like, take my plate, and take my silverware. I was like, this storyline is so weird. Like, why is it happening? I don't understand it. I guess they want to show, like, you know, real life. Like, I do cleanses. Like, I want to be a part of it.
The scenes on this episode, and I'm seeing this with a lot of the episodes, are not cohesive. A lot of them are all over the place. They're
like,
not really coming together. They're just very random.
I like how Jessica got them a nice little glass for their juice.
That was cute.
It was cute.
Yeah, so you can feel like you're a part of it.
I mean, why not? If you're going to be there on your juice cleanse, at least, you know, partake in some part of the dinner table.
Do you think that the production scheduled this dinner, and then Kat was like, oh, shoot, I'm going to act like it's my dinner that I'm proposing, and then oh, wait, I'm on a juice cleanse.
Well, yeah, because why would she have the dinner and then leave after appetizers when they had that bread? It just doesn't make any sense.
That was really weird. I was like, this is very strategic.
I wanted to see Brenda motorboat the bread.
But I think that the people that are just kind of tuning in, watching this every now and then, that don't really follow it, probably don't even notice or think about these things. Like, we're just really into details, and we're like very
everything.
like,
well, yeah, I'm invested.
Critics.
Hello.
Yeah,
we're like, I mean, true fans are gonna put it together. But I feel like, you know, a lot of the viewers that don't watch it as closely might not even notice.
It might be like, whatever.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Do you think that Brenda really wanted to leave because of her fight with Lindsay? Is that why she got up and left?
No, I think she was hungry. I think she wanted to eat.
And she wanted to kill someone. She was like, I
Yeah.
can't do this anymore. That's what I would be. I'd be like,
Yeah.
I don't even want to be here.
Yeah, when the lady at the juice place was like, "Call us if you need anything." No, don't call. Just eat something. Like if you're hungry,
It's like
you
a
can't take
it's like
it.
a suicide hotline or something. Like, I'm hungry. Yeah. Like, what are they gonna tell
I
you?
think with lying, I mean, she was basically told to her face, like, you're a liar. She wanted to remove herself. Same with Jess. Jess realized she was lied to. She wanted to remove herself.
I'm confused on this situation. So Lindsay's having a drink party? Is that what's happening?
Elysium, her company,
Yes.
is making drinks for this dinner party.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And she initially invited Jessica, correct?
No.
It seemed as if they heard from a mutual friend. Jess found out about it, and Jess
And
was
then
kind of wanting to get a little information and maybe just sort of see if she was going to get an invite in the convo. Like, oh yeah, I am having it. You should come. Which
Mhm.
it turned into more, oh, it's not coming together. I think we're going to push it back a little
yeah,
bit.
she didn't lie very well on that.
No, it was spinning out of control like Lindsay Lohan.
Yeah, it was just like going in a million different directions. And Lindsay, I was really shocked that she would lie about that. She didn't want Jessica there. Just say, it's a work function, like what she initially ended up doing.
And that was kind of a lie. It was like a lie within a lie.
Yeah, a
Here's
lie
the
covering
thing.
a lie.
Obviously,
Uh-huh.
you guys don't get along. Just say, yes, I'm having a party. You know what?
It's my
I didn't
closest-
invite you because we don't really get along. Just own it. Like if
Exactly.
when you're honest and real, there's nothing that. What would Jessica say? Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
I
she
mean,
couldn't say anything to
right.
it.
You don't.
I mean,
obviously,
Jess is
they're
the same
last-
person that told her in front of everybody, forget the deal about the job. I mean, clearly they don't like each other, so
Right.
I don't think
Yeah.
she'd be that shocked.
So
But
it's a little tit for tat too.
There was no need to lie. Like
Yeah.
no, you're not invited because we don't get along. Like you're here because we have to be here, and something that I'm having that's not happening right now.
She
and
doesn't have to include her.
Exactly.
people
Yeah.
that lie in reality shows are just idiots because the truth always comes out. So
Mhm.
And I wonder if she really would have called to apologize to Jessica if Waylynn and Nina weren't there.
Uh huh. Well, what
Like,
did,
letting her know
so
that
the
it was a
text
bad idea.
there was a text message. Did Brenda text Waylon or did Jessica text Waylon?
Brenda texted Waylon
That
saying
Jessica
that
was-
Jess had called Brenda really upset about what had happened.
And
And
then Lindsay saw the text.
and maybe Lindsay takes what Waylon says really to heart because Waylon just sort of said, I don't know if you should have lied about it.
Raylan keeps it real. Like
She does.
there was no need to lie. So that's why I'm thinking, would she really have apologized if they weren't like, that was dumb? Like there was no need for that.
Yeah.
Or she would have just kind of kept going
Well,
and rode
she-
her lie out to this.
Well, she starts off saying like, "Oh, I don't care. This is stupid. Like, I don't care." And then she's like, "Oh, I should apologize." And I was just like, that doesn't make sense to me.
afterthought.
Yeah. It's like you want to apologize because everyone thinks you're an asshole.
Well, and she had just invited Nina and Waylon. Like
Yeah.
she leaves and then she
Like,
says, "Oh,
you
so what are
guys-
you doing?"
And then Waylon was like, "You're having a dinner, so you're having a dinner party." And she's like, "Oh yeah."
Well, I think the reaction, wasn't like, "Oh my gosh, we'd love to come." It was a little bit of judgment as to, I mean, it's really awkward for those two to go
Mhm.
after Jess didn't get the invite. Even, Nina, who doesn't seem to be that enamored with Jess herself,
No.
seemed as if she didn't think it was
What? Okay, so I want to get into the factions because I feel like there's two alliances now. There's like the cool girls, like the
I
edgy
know what
girls,
side I want to be on. Do
and
you
like the
guys
edgy
know?
girls. And I don't know what to call the other three
Mm.
because I don't think that Jess and
Lumps
Brenda.
on a log. Just kidding. That's the first thing that came to mind.
I can't.
No,
That's the first
no.
thing that came to mind with those ones.
I feel like because I don't think that Jess and Brenda like Kat, so I don't think they're necessarily even an alliance. I feel like Kat's in her own island.
Well, no, because Kat and Brenda keep saying they're friends.
I know.
And then Jess didn't have any. She had nothing but nice things to say about Kat. that was one of her good
Well, I'm
friends. When
telling
she
you,
came to.
I feel like I was getting a lot of subtext from like everything that they were saying about Kat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It went right over my head.
Really?
Yeah.
I saw a lot of subtext. I was like, they don't really care
Oh.
for her. I just got that. Did you get that a little bit?
I was not reading between the lines
Oh,
on that.
I did a little bit.
Who is not liking Kat?
Both of them. Yeah, I feel like they're in a weird place
Nina
with her.
and Waylon?
No,
No.
when Brenda and Jess were here, I thought that they kind of
Oh, got you. Okay.
had some underlying issues with her.
Yes.
They made that very apparent. I thought.
Yes.
Yeah.
You didn't seem like as if though they were like bosom buddies.
No,
You know.
anymore. No.
But then in their blogs and stuff, they're saying that, well, at least Brenda and Kat. Well, actually, yeah, Brenda said that she is friends with Kat. So
It's just like a love-hate relationship. It's like they're sisters, basically. I think they just like hate each other a lot.
they're business friends. That's what it
Yeah.
is. They're not like homegirls where we go out, get our nails done, and kiki it up. They just do business things together, and they use one another's contacts in businesses.
Which makes me sad too
business.
sometimes.
But
But
also-
it's like smart, you know.
With groups
I
like
guess.
that, sometimes I just question and ask myself, like, which one would you rather have to hang out with? It's gonna be the least drama, the most fun, just the best time.
So what do you which faction do you like? So you like the edgy girls?
Nina, Waylynn. Sometimes there's so many of them I get their names.
And Lindsay. That's the
Not
faction.
Lindsay because she's fake and she lies. Just Waylynn and Nina.
Awesome. I mean,
How about you guys?
well, I like Brenda a lot. I think that she's really funny, and I like that she like drinks, and I don't know, I just think she's funny.
She calls people out.
But I do like the other girls a lot. I think I would want to be on their faction because they're just, I don't know, they're just so cool and like kind of above it and
Well,
like
see,
this is ridiculous.
Brenda's the one that's always calling people out. She said that Lindsay she's a cocktologist, like makes cocktails to the man. Like she's always throwing girls under the bus when it comes to guys. Like she's such a block. I don't like that. That's not good to have in your group. What do you think? Which team are you?
I would be amongst both.
Yeah, they're both great.
I need I need a little bit of both, depending on my Gemini mood that I'm in. I need one group or the other. I like a little bit about something of all of them.
Yeah.
But also, I'm going to go back to that conversation they were having outside. Did anybody notice that Lindsay said to Jessica, I didn't want you to think that me, Waylynn, and Nina were bullying you?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. How did Nina and Waylynn
I
get
think
involved in this?
there was a text. Remember, because there was a text that she was like, "Oh, am I not supposed to read that?" I think there was more that was on that text with Waylynn, and I think that was what it was about. Was saying that maybe she felt like Lindsay, Nina, and Waylynn were kind of on an alliance, like a cool girl alliance, kind of.
There's
Well,
that
Jess
hot
said-
button word bullying. I just don't.
It's like it's not bullying. You're not. It's just like that term is so overused, and they've gone over it a million times on every single Bravo show because at some point some woman is like, I'm being bullied by these people, and it's like, this is not bullying, this is like white people problems, like get over it, you know.
White girl problem.
Yes, exactly. It's just stupid, but it's just strange to me to see that there's this divide between them, and I think it naturally happened too. Like I don't think they ever intended it to be that way. Do you think that they intended it to be that way?
I think it just happens with who you're getting along with and who hasn't pissed you off in the last couple of days.
Because you never know with these reality shows. It's like it could be 1 week on, 1 week off.
A woman has the right to change her mind.
Indecision. That is a woman's right. I like that. That's a good one. All right, so let's get into some predictions.
And now, your AFTERBUZZ TV predictions.
I'm going to predict that there's going to be a huge falling out over Lindsay's party. Like this is going to be a big deal. Because I don't think that Brenda and Jess and Kat are going to be invited. And I think it's going to be a big like this is the line in the sand. Like she's going to draw the line in the sand. Lindsay.
Maybe.
I could see that happening, but then at the same time, I feel as if Bravo always makes people get invited to things they're not really supposed to be at to really make it
Stir the
erupt.
pot, yeah.
So I agree with your prediction. They will not be invited, but then last minute somehow they'll show up or someone will bring them as a +1, and they're like the token word. I just wanted to come and clear the air, and then someone's gonna be like, here and now is not the place to clear the air. That's what I predict.
Exactly.
I predict Jessica's gonna get a job.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and it looks like I liked
does
her
an
straight
interview.
hair. It looked really cute in that interview.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so maybe you're going for an interview tomorrow, and while you're on your drive, you can download us on iTunes and listen in your car.
Yay, like us.
Yes, the 5 stars. Give us
Love
a
us.
comment. We love the comments on YouTube. It's amazing, and we try to respond as much as we can. And this show is great, so we want to keep the conversation going. So yeah, just head over to iTunes and go on YouTube and rate us and follow us and everything like that. But this is the end of the show, and you can find me on Twitter at Jake_Dupree and on Instagram at Jake Dupree.
You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Cassidy Guard.
You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Fahnia Thomas.
Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you guys.
Good night.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.